guys, Mashood here. The movie we're going to be reviewing today is named Shaandaar, starring Shahid Kapoor and Alia Bhatt. So the movie starts off with an animation of Alia using her own name and how she was adopted by a man named Bipin for no apparent reason. They indicated that no one knew why he brought her home out of the blue, even though he already has a daughter at home. The wife and his mother hate Alia for no reason, but his daughter Isha gets along with Alia very well. So it turns out Alia has an over-the-top case of insomnia, where she never sleeps, therefore she cannot dream. This apparently is a big deal for him. Not the fact she can't sleep, but the fact she doesn't have dreams, or possibly nightmares, like this movie. So he gives her a box with images that move.
जिसमें वो रोज नए-नए सपने बना के उसे देता था, पर देखे तो तब ना जब उसे सुलाने वाला कोई राजकुमार आए.
Wait, what? Why? What? Anyways, we see that the family is ridiculously rich and that Isha is getting married soon in some fantasy castle type place in, I'm guessing, England? Why England? Because Bollywood still thinks England is their motherland. It turns out that the marriage is basically a merger between two families. We find out that the Prince Charming is none other than Jagjinder Joginder, played by Shahid Kapoor. Coincidentally, he's also the wedding organizer.
What a hottie!
You know, one of the biggest problems with this movie is that the jokes fall completely flat. It's not funny the least bit and ends up kind of being lame.
OMG, so hot. Like totally.
We meet Harry Fundwani, who is the brother of the groom. Grandma indicates that they've purposely kept Isha a bit on the chubby side as they will give her weight's worth of gold to the groom's family as dowry or something.
This is the crazy! Life is a beast!
Throughout the movie, his over-the-top acting and broken English reminds me of Anil Kapoor in Tushan.
Sniffing my backside.
His running joke through the movie is how amazing Sindhi people are and that everyone who's famous and rich is Sindhi.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth!
वो भी सिंधी है?
Of course Sindhi है चरी! इसलिए हम ये लॉकेट भी पहना. S for
Sandhi.
No chadiya. S for Sindhi. Sindhi Sandhi. Sandhi Sindhi.
Seriously, the comedy in this is cringeworthy. It turns out that their family is technically bankrupt and spent their last remaining money on renting the castle and putting together this lavish wedding.
The Companies Act. आप सभी लोग bankrupt हो चुके हैं.
Wait, then why were they even giving Isha's worth of gold to the groom's side? It wasn't even them asking, it was the grandma basically saying that it's their custom to give the groom's side the bride's weight worth of gold. They could have easily said no to this or not even bring it up. Anyways, one night we find out that Lokvinder can't fall asleep and takes a drive in the most fake animated night I've ever seen. Clearly this whole sequence was shot in broad daylight and then blued the crap out of it. He finds Alia chilling in the middle of nowhere and we find out that Balvinder also has insomnia since childhood and now him and Alia have something in common. In the next scene... What? Why? When? What? Literally nothing is ever mentioned about it again and they move on. We see that the groom is not too fond of Isha as they are clearly polar opposites. Isha hears this and feels down, however can't back out of the wedding as it is very important for the family that this happens. Since the wedding planner has absolutely nothing to do, he decides to hold another dance number to basically boost the bride's confidence. This is also where Alia finally manages to sleep because of how dull Shahid Kapoor's child story is. Seriously, there was no reason for her to fall asleep. She just generally lays down and sleeps like this isn't something new. She finally has a dream for the first time in her life, but this is clearly not shown as a big deal. Now at another useless event, we find out that they are all vegetarians for the day, however there's only non-veg options. But the twins save the day.
Mushrooms and brownies, like totally veg, like organic, like totally. Like कहाँ से लेकर आई? इतने sweet लोग थे, like totally free में दे दिया.
Cringeworthy. I'm having a feeling this is something Karan Johar made them do because this kind of reminds me of Kareena Kapoor from Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham. Now everyone gets high since it was given to them by strangers and they have this another completely non-hilarious segment. Who was the target audience for this? Youth? Kids? Would kids even grasp the concept of adults being high and hallucinating? The movie has no idea where it's going. Seriously, that's really childish.
No, you're childish.
No, you're childish.
No, you're childish.
No, you're... Anyways, we find out that Jasvinder was recording everyone during their trip out and showed it to the family. Once everyone was gone, it accidentally played the father's part where he's speaking to his first love, talking about, surprise surprise, Alia being his daughter. she overhears this and they sit down to have a heart-to-heart conversation about how he and Alia's mom met. What? Are you kidding me? They're gonna explain such a vital segment through animation? Well, I guess the movie isn't taking itself so seriously, why should we? Moving on. So it turns out before the dad was married, he met Alia's mom at some pilot school, had a one-night stand, and then had to leave as his mother had his marriage proposal with another family. Basically, another merger. She thinks it's cool and realized that Jasvinder recorded this and showed it at just the right time on purpose, which must mean he loves her. There seems to be a black and white event where the whole song is black and white. I mean, you would think that it's called black and white and then they would dress up like someone in 1920s, 1930s. But no, they dressed up just formally and the whole sequence is in black and white. So this is what they do all night since they can't sleep. I never realized how much energy insomniacs have, especially when they never sleep.
आलिया जगजिंदर जोगिंदर के साथ सोती है.
Hey, phrasing!
So the dad finally finds out that Alia can't fall asleep thanks to Lukvinder. Why does he make her fall asleep? Why did the dad think a Prince Charming would make her fall asleep? Did they visit a doctor about this? Did they take some sleeping pills? Did they try some ganja? I don't know, this movie has no idea where it's going. So while being a complete nag, the grandmother throws black pepper to scold some guy, which gets blown back right at her, causing her to sneeze her life out. Literally. They all find it hilarious as they all hated her, but decide to still keep the wedding on as the deal must go through or else they will all end up bankrupt. So what was the point of killing off the grandma? They do the usual making the dead seem as if she's alive bit, and the wedding carries on. As Isha sits, her top gets ripped due to her tight fitting. The guy finds it hilarious and she decides to undress herself, wearing a tighter skirt that she happened to be wearing underneath, and tells the guy she's comfortable in her own skin and to hell with you. So one by one they all start to confess things about how they really feel, and Alia also brings out how she is an illegitimate child. Yeah, nothing to be proud of, Papaji. Even after all this, Fanvani still forces the wedding to continue as it will be insulting if it doesn't happen. During the forced phase, Gurvinder sneaks away and signs a package that some delivery guy casually came to drop off. It turns out to be a gun that the grandma had originally ordered for the wedding. Mukhvinder takes Fanvani's brother as a hostage and runs away. Wait, why does Fanvani care if Joginder shoots his brother? That's literally what he was about to do while forcing them to get married. There just happens to be a helicopter nearby and the father uses his piloting skills to fly it. While flying away, it turns out that the Fanwanis themselves are bankrupt as well, and therefore also wanted this wedding to happen. And the movie just kind of ends on that note, literally. And that was a not so Shaandaar movie. It tried to have a Disney type feeling but without the Disney magic or the comedy. Alia was boring and annoying throughout the movie, and Shahid Kapoor tried way too hard to be charming, which he really didn't need to. I personally think Alia still looks like she's 16 or 17, and Shahid Kapoor looks like he's in his mid-30s. The jury didn't go well with me, I just found it kind of awkward. What did you guys think about the movie? How did you see Shahid Kapoor and Alia Bhatt's Jodi? Let me know your views below and I'll see you guys next time. Later.